Attention, please. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Microphone check 1 2 1 2 check a 1 2. Is we on? Microphone check. We here. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome to Bayou Sugar Garden. I am Bayou Sugar, and welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, welcome in. If not, welcome back. We are here with another episode of Gumbo Garden Conversations, where we have great conversations back and forth, open-ended conversations where I talk, you talk, we talk. We all see each other's different point of views and express our feelings. As you guys come in, please make sure to hit that like button and share out the live, just in case someone has not received the notification that we are live and we are talking. If you are on the YT side, make sure you hit that like button, share out the live. If you're on the TT side, hit that, tap that screen, grab the daily heart me, share out the live. If you're on Facebook, hit that like button, share out the live. Instagram, Also, hit that like button and share out the live. We are live streaming on all four platforms today. So, welcome in everybody. Those of you who are watching me on the Insta, one time for y'all. I appreciate y'all so very much. If you are tuning in on the Insta side, please be advised that it would only stream for 1 hour. Insta only allows you to stream for 1 hour. Then after that 1 hour, they will cut you off without notice. So if we are here longer than 1 hour, come on and hop on over to one of the other three platforms, be it TT, YT, or FB, and keep rolling with the conversation. We'll still be here. It's Bayou Sugar on TT and YT. You can join us there. For those of you who are live on the Facebook, welcome in one time for Facebook. I can't see. Hold up. The comments. Let me pull y'all up so I can at least see if somebody comment or something. Thank y'all for being here. I appreciate y'all over here on the FB. And those on the tickety top, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. One time for my TT people, one time for my TT family. And I'm gonna give a shout out to Evie Mux, the streaming platform that I am using. Can y'all hurry up and uh, fix whatever issue y'all have with these other platforms that we can't combine all the chats in one place? That will be so convenient. So convenient. I mean, y'all already good, but that will make it even better. So I can highlight their comments on the screen like I do my YT people. I don't want nobody to feel like I'm, choosing sides because I love everybody. So welcome in my Renaissance grandma. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Grandma. We also have Rob in the garden. Welcome in. Thank you for being here. One time, Rob. We got G Hud growing with Hussin up in here, up in here. One time for G Hud. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. We got G Mama Grows in the building. Welcome in, G Mama. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. We also have, let's see. Dag Gilbert girl, welcome in. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. That girl. We also have scrolling down. Sylvia. Hey Sylvia, how you been? Hope all is well. One time for Sylvia. We got cousin Angela. Hey cousin. That's my Cali girl right there. Happy Saturday to you. One time for cousin Angela. Cali girl in the house. Welcome in, everybody. I appreciate all of you for being here. I hope you guys are having an amazing Saturday. It's a nice, beautiful day outside, so I hope most of you guys are getting a chance to take advantage of this nice weather out there in the garden. It's kind of windy here. It's hot, but it's windy here in Oklahoma, in the part of Oklahoma that I am in. But it's nice. It's a nice, beautiful day. Nice day to sit outside on the porch in the shade and just be, right? So today we're going to kind of have like a watch party and discuss a video that was sent to me by one of my sissies. Y'all know her as LGGG Love, and she sent several videos to me, but this one video really stuck out to me, and I wanted it to share with you guys. I don't know if you've seen it yet. If you have, we can watch it again and discuss it again. We're not gonna watch the whole thing because it's, somebody else's content, and I do. If you want to watch it, you need to go over there and watch the remainder of it on their channel. But we're gonna watch a good bit of it together, and I would encourage you guys to go over there and watch the remaining of the video. I am going to drop that channel's link here in the chat so that you guys can go over there and connect with them and watch the video. And see me post it. It is in the chat. What up? What up? Mike's Chaotic Gardening is in the building. One time for Mike. Welcome in the bushes, tending to my seeds. All right, Mike. He said, I need rain. And then who said it? Gilbert Girl says it's been raining on and off. Where she at? G Mama say it rained all day here and we needed it. I seen somebody else, Duval, one of her shorts. I don't know if she posted that here on TT or YouTube, but I saw a video where she was showing that she got rain and it was much needed rain down there in Florida. So she was happy to get her some rain. So I have dropped that video, that channel link in the chat so you guys can check them out. This particular video that we're going to be watching, it's entitled Chicago Black Farmer Exposes the War on Black Land Ownership. And it also has subtitle, How Can We Get Rich with Yaki Awaken? So we're going to watch that. It's some nice gems that are in, it's a whole bunch of gems that are in this video. And so we're going to discuss it back and forth. And y'all let me know what y'all think, of course. And we're going to discuss and hopefully get some information that can help our lives easier and better. All right, all right. So let me share my screen. As you can see, the video is there. I think I want to change the layout because if I have it there and I have to layer it a certain way so that I will not, it won't be looked at as if I'm just showing y'all content as if it was mine, because I did not make it. I'm just sharing it with y'all. But, I got to be on the screen somewhere, but I don't want to be blocking y'all's view is the thing, right? So here we are. This how we going to do it, all right? Happy Saturday again to everybody. Rob says, too much rain. No, it's hot. Oh, it's hot and muggy. Gilbert Girl says, humid where she is. Yeah, it is a hot day. It is a hot day. All right, y'all. So let's get this ball rolling. Let me see if I can um, put that on a bigger screen so y'all can see. All right, let's go.
The average age of a farmer.
Hold on. I know y'all can hear, but I can't. So I have to figure this out. Figure out. Might have to plug up my mixing board so that I can hear too. Otherwise, y'all will hear, but I won't hear. And I want to hear too. I would love to be part of the conversation. So Sorry. It's a different setup when I have to do things, and it just be so confusing. But main thing is if y'all can hear, then I can figure out how I can hear. Let's see. Let me mute myself so I can.
In the United States?
Nah.
65. What, the average life expectancy in the country is 70? But everybody still has to eat. So who's the land gonna go to? A lot of their children don't want to farm anymore.
Yeah.
And if they don't solve that problem, okay, nobody eats.
Yep, and we all die.
No one man can rise above the condition of his people. So if you got it, but your people don't have it, you don't have it.
Put a
You
one in the
diversify
chat to
this
let me
right,
know.
and if
hear
you
me
grow the
answer
right way and
video.
you do
This is just a preview. It
compatibility
hasn't
growing,
started yet.
you can feed the whole St. Louis off 10.
Because I started on my porch on the west side of Chicago in two buckets, man. I had a pepper plant and a tomato plant. I'm telling you, once you make up in your mind that you decide to do that, God will move every single obstacle in your path to make sure that you and your family can eat. The greatest brainwashing was to turn us away from the land. Because when we...
Yeah, I was just watching this. Good. Put a one in the chat, guys. Let me know if you can hear me and see me, please. And thank you. And if you can hear the video as well. So we got Unique's Garden came in one time for you. We had Spoil Brother come on in here. Welcome in. Thank you for being here one time for you. We had GT Junior Grows at Alaska. Welcome in one time for you. GT said, I was just watching this a few days ago. Thank y'all for the ones in the chat. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Hey, Lynette, Auntie's World. Welcome in one time for you. Listen, we're gonna finish watching it together or watch it again together. Hey Silver, welcome in. One time for Silver over there on the tickety top. One time for you. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for coming in. All right, y'all, let's get to the rest of this video. Listen, put your ears on because it's some good information that they're gonna be dropping in here. Some real good information. Again, shout out to my girl L Triple G. She shared this video with me. You seen this months ago, G Mama? I had never seen it. My first time seeing it was earlier this week. Yeah, this is my first time seeing it. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Turn away from the land, we're turning away from our ability to be independent. The stereotype that we get from melons came from the fact that out of sharecropping, black farmers were growing watermelons to get out of the debt, to pay their debt and eventually buy their own land. Everywhere that you look at land, you're looking at a potential business opportunity.
That's why these countries, they go to war to take people land.
That's right.
They want territory, they want to expand, they want that earth because they know what can be produced from it. For us in Chicago, any major city you in,
hey Chanel,
there
welcome
are
in.
urban farms popping up every year.
That's right.
So you don't have to see this and say, man, I'm a long way away. You can start small and work your way.
first get the skills and then get the land. Because business is warfare. So if we're at business and we're at war with one another, you know, and you're selling a certain thing that I'm selling, that could be taking food out of my family's mouth. History tells you that famines, they call them nation breakers. Food is the strongest urge that we have as a human being. The one thing that everybody in your economic system is gonna do is eat. Without producing your own food, it's like trying to fill up a bucket with a hole in the bucket. They paint this image as if the people on food stamps are lazy, they don't want to work. Like, you got single mothers with children that work every single day, and she's working, she's grinding, she's putting in the time, but she doesn't necessarily make enough. Vacant lots, man, and we start growing and producing on these lots. I mean, when it's time to eat, you could pull the grill up right in front of the lot, start pulling out the things that we would need to be able to cook the food, and just do it right there, have a block party. Get land and be productive on the land.
Absolutely.
That's how you build wealth. Many of the families that preserve their wealth, what do? They buy land. Put a seed in the ground, learn how to grow your own food.
Look! This is the eye of the trenches.
Sweet, sweetest watermelon I ever had in my life.
And that's the max size. Is that,
it get a little bit bigger than that.
So you say you'll never see this watermelon again?
What?
This one?
No, I think I'm the only one in Missouri with this.
Wow.
It started with a K. I can't think of the name of it.
Thank y'all for the likes. Thank you for the
I got 1, 2,
perfumes over
3,
there on
4,
TikTok. Thank you.
5,
It almost
6.
like the outer shell, making it look like a cantaloupe.
Yeah, but it's straight on watermelon though. Yep.
Yeah, there's so many different varieties.
It's it's over 1,200 though.
Yeah,
Over
yeah.
1,200.
Well, 1,200 varieties of watermelon?
Yeah,
watermelon.
all the plants got so many different
Yeah, so
varieties,
many.
man.
Wow.
You never see. You go to the grocery store and think there's only 1 or 2 different varieties. When you start planting seeds, you see just how many hundreds and thousands of varieties of fruits that there are. You know? And certain varieties grow better in certain climates. So we can, you know, in the Midwest, a lot of people think, you know, peaches. You think Georgia. We can grow peaches up here. We can grow cherries up here. We can grow plums, apples, all
I
that.
grow thousands of peaches, apples, them apple trees, man. Yo, apricots, all of that, man.
Yeah.
But my thing is trying to perfect the melon family, because the melons is my favorite. Other than apples, the melons is my favorite fruit. So I'm really trying. And then zucchini is a melon too. All this is a part of the melon family.
Wow.
But yeah, them some of the oldest watermelons that I know that's out here. Look at the beautiful butterflies.
And financially, too, our people eat melon.
Man, yeah, definitely.
Probably one of the best ones you could grow, business-wise, for sure.
Would y'all like to speak on how they tried to take us away from watermelons and everything, like selling them and everything back in the day?
So the stereotype that we get from melons came from the fact that out of sharecropping, black farmers were growing watermelons to get out of the debt, to pay their debt and eventually buy their own land. So you see, even today in the major cities, you'll see black farmers, they put watermelons in the back, and they'll drive it into the city and begin selling melons. White farmers didn't like that they were getting out of debt and buying land, so the stereotype of the black watermelon eater came back
And
to try
now,
to...
now what they doing is they taxing them and they getting them off the cities, ain't they? We didn't see them used to set up out here.
Yeah.
Now, so I'm telling them now, if you in St. Louis, you can use my lot. Come to my lot, you can set up and sell your stuff, because they've been giving them tickets and keeping them from selling the watermelon.
Right, that's right.
Wow.
What's that right there, brother? Look at it before you call it out.
This here, let's see. It's growing up, it's a vine.
Come on,
So when it growing up like a vine,
come on.
but the leaves almost look like, but I could tell from the structure of the plant, it doesn't seem like it's something
Look
that
at the
grows
shape.
real heavy.
Look at the shape of the leaf.
Yeah.
The shape of the leaf looked the same way if it was real
over
big.
there on the Insta. Welcome in.
Reminds me of
welcome
a
in.
berry. Almost, not a berry?
Well, it's a part of the berry family, but you wouldn't think it's a berry. But it is a part of the berry family. And I'm glad you just said that, because it's actually a part of the berry family.
Look at the leaves. That's tough to tell. Let's see.
LP, you tuning in from the garden. Welcome in, sis.
I like this for him, Joe. Part of the berry family.
But a lot of people wouldn't even consider it a berry.
Wouldn't consider it a berry.
What y'all think it is?
Blackberry.
Think about it. It's a part of the berry family, but a lot of people wouldn't consider it a berry.
It's like a trick question, a riddle.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
This sunlight is good for my hair too.
I could tell from the leaves, but difficult to know.
I'm going to pause it right there. I don't know if y'all can see it too well, but what your guess is? Gardeners out there, what is your guess on what this plant is? We got muscadine. We got grapes. What are your guesses? Let's see what they say. If anybody else guessed on Instagram, nothing yet. Anybody guessed on TT? Let's see. Thank y'all for the likes over there. Hey, Jarrell. Hey, my girl, Jarrell. Love you, girl. She said, I love Dr. Yaki. I love him too, girl. I wish I was just in Missouri and did not even think about going to St. Louis to at least pass by. Well, he was 3 hours away. So, yeah, I couldn't. But I was just in Missouri and didn't even think about, yeah, going by his place or at least passing by. So they say they think it's grapes. GT say he think it's grapes. Oh, he say, yeah, I see that. He say, yeah, it's grapes. It's grapes. All right, so let's see what they say. Let's see what they say.
Oh, for sure.
Heirloom grape.
Heirloom grape.
Heirloom grape.
Heirloom grape. Y'all was right.
So when you pull it out, they're gonna be under there.
Grape
they
is
gonna
a
grow
berry.
From it.
Grow
It's gonna
from
take another year or two to start producing. Important.
How many people you can feed off
Look,
10?
yeah, they was
10 acres.
yellow.
I mean, I'm not even growing on a half an acre. I'm growing on. We're growing on 2,000 square feet.
Yeah.
That's 2,000 square feet that we're growing on.
We can feed 1,000 people. So off this 10 acres, you could feed how many people you think roughly?
Off this 10 acres, you can feed, off of 10 acres alone, if we did it right and we diversified and we did real permaculture, you can feed the whole St. Louis. Off of 10 acres.
Off 10 acres?
Am I lying? If you diversify this right, and if you grow the right way and you do compatibility growing, you can feed the whole St. Louis off 10 acres.
That's crazy.
Now think about that. Lets you know, man. Look, we ain't out of food.
At all.
We out of knowledge.
Listen, I had to pause that part because he was saying he could feed the whole city of St. Louis off of 10 acres if you plan it right, right? Most of us, in between all of us, just us in this chat, if all of us had just 1 acre, just 10 of us just had 1 acre, right? We could feed a whole city, just 10 of us. That's amazing. I don't think we think about it like that. I don't think we thinking about it like that. And it's a whole bunch of us gardeners on across all of these platforms: YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. And if we multiply those groups of 10, you know how many cities we feeding with just the stuff that we got just between us, right? But they want to say that we are in a food desert. We running out of food. But he already told y'all, it ain't that we can run out of food. If y'all listen to Bougie Prepper, one of our gardeners, preppers here in our YT community, she always say, whenever somebody say it's a food shortage, she said, ain't no shortage. Ain't no shortage. Yaki just told you it's a lack of knowledge. We don't know how to use the space that we got. We don't know how to use the tools that we got. We got everything we need to feed everybody. So if somebody is without food, it's not because we ain't got it. My Renaissance grandma said his business is up the street from me. He's in Florissant as well. Wow. I'm gonna have to take a trip up there one day. Cause that's just not far from me. She said lack of knowledge. Yep, the people perish. He talking about companion planning, right? He talking about I can't think of the word. I just went blank. Succession planning. That's what I was thinking. Unique say that made me have to come back from my sob. Yep. Look, so what we waiting on? Look, I don't know. I don't know what we waiting on. Yep, we lacking knowledge. Our people are starving not because we don't have the food, but because we be thinking but not doing. That's right. Yeah, she say that's a lot. 10 people, a whole city. Oh Oh my God. Let that sink in, y'all. Let that sink in. We gonna move. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. We got, man. Y'all know how much we could do? Oh, and that's just talking about food. That's just talking about feeding people. So just think about anything else. Businesses, growing a business, clothing people, buying land, anything. We got to think outside. We got to retrain our minds.
The knowledge.
You say that one more time.
We
They
not
got
out of food. We out of knowledge.
Wow.
And I'll show you this as an example. Will Allen, he was in Milwaukee. He was farming in the city of Milwaukee on 3 acres. But when I'm telling you, he put these 3 acres into production. He was growing vertically. He had aquaculture going on. He was growing fish. He was growing produce. Plenty of things. Everything that he was growing there, and he was feeding. People would drive from all over the city of Milwaukee to these 3 acres and buy their produce from him. So when you activate it, like you said, yeah, you can feed the city.
If you plant, if you literally plant and you mix in everything, and that's the reason why agriculture is bad, horticulture is bad, permaculture is a good thing, and electroculture is a good thing. You got to set it up for where it grows its own.
You know the average age of a farmer in the United States?
Nah.
65. What, the average life expectancy in the country is 70? But everybody still has to eat. So who's the land going to go to? A lot of their children don't want to farm anymore.
Yeah.
And if they don't solve that problem, okay, nobody eats.
Yep, and we all die.
No one man can rise above the condition of his people. So if you got it, but your people don't have it, you don't have it. Well, man, look, so I was actually raised by a single dad. Single dad, man. My mom passed away when I was really young in a car accident. Now, because I started on my porch on the west side of Chicago in 2 buckets. In 2 buckets, man. I had a pepper plant and a tomato plant. I'm telling you, once you make up in your mind that you decide to do that, God will move every single obstacle in your path to make sure that you and your family can eat. The food that's in our communities is not the healthiest food for us. High fructose corn syrup is what they use.
Hold up, before he go around. If any of you guys were in my last live and I was telling you, once it's in your mind, all you got to do, you got the power. If you say it, you can make it, you can will it to happen. It's in your mind, man. And he said the creator will move things to make things happen. All you got to do is what? Believe it in your mind. You can make it happen and it will happen. I'm telling y'all. My Renaissance grandma said, I'd say lack of knowledge and laziness. Some people or some folks not willing to put in the work, and it definitely is going to take some work. Definitely going to take some work. Yeah, we got them lifted up, LGG. Yeah, I'll continue to do that. Definitely, guys, some gems in this video. If we could just learn to come together, man. Man. Hey, as I grow, welcome in, welcome in. Listen, Silver say we just don't want to do it. Some people have the knowledge, but just too lazy to. Yep, and you're right, Silver. But even with that, I think we got enough people that are willing to do in between these platforms that I'm on. It's multiple groups of 10 in here. We can feed the world.
Use in a lot of
Just
these
gotta figure out how to come together.
Places, sugary drinks, junk food. They'll take that same corn that you couldn't eat when it was in its raw form, process it, turn it into oil, and now we cooking chicken in it. One, we can save ourselves just by a greater knowledge of where the food is coming from, what we should eat, what we shouldn't eat. But then number 2, if we just make it easier to get better food. Like these vacant lots, man, and we start growing and producing on these lots. I mean, when it's time to eat, you could pull the grill up right in front of the lot, start pulling out the things that we would need to be able to cook the food and just do it right there, have a block party. Get land and be productive on the land.
Absolutely.
And that's how you build real wealth. Okay? Mark Zuckerberg makes his billions of dollars. What does he do with it? He buys land. You know, many of the families that preserve their wealth, what do? They buy land. Put a seed in the ground, learn how to grow your own food. You can do it. In our lessons, we learn who's the original man. The original man is the maker, the owner, cream of the planet Earth, God of the universe. I'm making things with the things that God created. I have all the knowledge in the world about every single plant, but until you put that seed in the ground, until you water it, until you take care of it, until it's time to harvest, and then get off your backside and actually harvest it before it goes bad, there's no benefit. You have a direct connection to God through this. Shooting with the eye of the trenches.
Look! This is the eye of the trenches.
Listen, y'all. Listen. Look, my Renaissance, I had to pause right there because I do want to say that, you know, because when you're spreading good information, when you're spreading truth, and you are hindering somebody's, these powers that be hindering their control, then yeah, they have to make sure that they have extra protection so that, no harm will come to them. She says, yes, he needs to be lifted up because he sometimes has to go into hiding due to his knowledge and his work. Definitely. So we definitely have to keep him lifted up. Unique, thank you for being a member of the channel. I appreciate you. Congratulations to you. But she said, you just became. Well, thank you for becoming a member. Welcome to the Sugar Baby membership. I appreciate you. And I want to piggyback off of what Sylvia said, that these are young men that y'all see saying this. So that's kind of rare to see that these days, but it makes my heart be filled with joy to see young men doing this. That means we are spreading the information and it's sinking down and it won't get past, it won't get thrown away. They're soaking it up. So Silver says the thing is we have to just work together with what you have. Yep. And as our growth said, our families need to unite to grow food first, then feed the community or teach our community. Exactly. I definitely agree. Let's keep on.
Where we at, family?
We at Torchlight Farms.
Yes, sir. Who I got with me?
Farms, man. Your brother, Malik and Katha. Your brother, my farmer, member of the Unity Movement, FOI. And we're going to learn a little bit about agriculture today.
Yes, sir.
God willing.
So take us through here.
Okay, so well, first things first, this land here, when me and my wife bought it, this whole backyard used to flood. I was really excited to learn about growing, and I didn't know what I was doing. So we bought the land, we was just fired up, really excited, and bought it in the winter, and when all the snow melted and the spring came, this whole thing was just like water pretty much up to your ankle.
Wow.
Water up to your ankle. So I called my mentor, figured out like how can I remediate the land and make it better, and he actually told me to put down 24 inches of wood chip. So I get wood chip dropped off in the driveway, the truck will back up, drop it off, and I actually took a wheelbarrow and laid down all this wood chip that you see to remediate it.
Wow.
All the wood chip. So every piece of wood chip that you see, was brought in by one of these wheelbarrows right here just to make it happen.
I'm going to pause for a second because I have my sisters in here reminding you guys and myself as well that we do have a co-op here that has developed on YouTube, and you don't have to be a part of any social media. You don't have to be a gardener or whatever, but we have developed a co-op called Stronger Together Farm Co-op. And as my Renaissance grandma said, this is the type of work that we're striving. Our goal is to make happen, is to help us to bring our resources together, be it knowledge, be it money, whatever it is, bring it together so that we can come together and make moves together, right? Because as they are saying over and over again, if we can come together, it just takes 10 of us to feed a city, right? So if you got me, if I'm living in a city, but I got 10 people that are over in other country, in the other states that can support me, I can feed my whole city. Then we got my Renaissance grandma in Missouri. She got 10 other people all over the United States backing her, sending her what she needs via knowledge or whatever. She can take care of her whole city. And just imagine if what she does from the seed that she planted, somebody out of that city is being built up stronger to take care of a different city, you know? So it just multiplies. We're just trying to multiply our resources because, again, we are stronger together. She said, I'm going to take a look after the live. All right. Thank you so much. So, guys, please take a look at that and sit in on some of our meetings to see what we are about and what we are doing, because there's a lot of work that we can get done. And it's just that we're already doing it. You already are doing it. But we are not having things lined up to where they can make an impact as big as they can. Like all this food that we growing in our yards, all these seeds, we could be helping the cities that we are in, and we could be helping our neighboring cities. And it can get to the point to where we can be helping the whole nation, and then our nation can help another nation, and it's just a trickle effect. And so that's what we're aiming to do. So this work that they're talking about is exactly what we're trying to do.
And it was just because, you know, not knowing what I was doing, made a mistake. But it's like, man, I can't, waste my money. And, when you're doing business, it's like you got to make some things work.
So how long have you been farming?
This would be my 5th year.
Wow. So what got you into farming, brother?
Part 36 of the time one must be done by the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan.
So break it down, like what that is and what stuck out to you to make you want to put plan to action.
So in there he talks about GMO seeds, transgenic seeds, and how the food that we're eating is killing us. And even if you think you're eating healthy, you're actually not eating healthy if you're not careful, because of the different things that they've put in staple foods and things that they've done to the seeds. So in there, he breaks it all down. I mean, he makes it plain, absolutely plain, down to how they're spraying the foods to make them look brighter than they really are, changing the DNA of the food, which causes problems when we ingest it because we're meant to eat natural foods, pesticides, all these different things they're doing to the food. And then towards the end, he shares that if you really want to eat good food, you got to really learn how to grow it on your own, or you got to connect with somebody that grows food so that you can know exactly what's in it.
So that's why we're doing this with you right now. We about to learn and connect with somebody who does it. Yeah.
Let's make it happen.
Explain the benefits of growing your own, like financial benefits, mental benefits, spiritual benefits, all that, brother.
Let's walk over here.
Okay, cool.
So we can start with the financial benefits.
All right.
I mean, it's clear, that your grocery bill is definitely going down when you growing your own food. Because I mean, look, when I need to cook something, or my wife needs to cook something, and we need we need peppers.
You got fresh peppers right here.
Fresh peppers. I'm just doing this, and these aren't,
Mind you, he is in his own backyard.
Full grown.
This is his own little backyard.
Wow.
Full grown peppers that are ready to go and are healthy. And what you just saw me do, when you buy produce at the grocery store, I just removed this produce from the plant. I just separated it.
Absolutely.
It's dying now.
Wow.
It's dying now. I just separated this from life. It's dying now. So somebody can tell you, okay, yeah, my food is organic. My food, I'm not spraying any pesticides or, anything like that. But how long has it been dead?
Message.
Wow.
When you go to the organic aisle and it's like, okay, we have, this produce on sale. It's organic, but it's on sale for $2.99. How long has it been sitting there? Because as it dies, it loses its nutritional value. just from its dying. So it's lowering vitamin C, it's lowering vitamin A, whatever nutrients were in it, it's depleted now. So not only do we have to worry about, okay, pesticides, that's one thing. What are they spraying on it? The other thing we have to worry about is how fresh is it?
Absolutely. So when you see that sell by date and that best by date, that means nothing.
It all depends upon there are regulations that decide when it's best buy. The best buy is really just this is best buy.
Wow.
This is the best time to eat it. Now to take it on into the house, so my wife can cook it, so I can cook it, and we can start enjoying it. This is really the best way to do it.
100%.
Or to get it from a farmer that's getting it to you maybe same day, next day, because then you're getting the maximum amount of nutrition for your money.
Yes, sir. So I know you spoke on black farmers, right?
Yeah.
And it's an abundance of us, abundance of y'all out here, right?
Yeah.
So break that down.
Yeah. So there's quite a few large farms in the Chicagoland area, owned by black people. Urban Growers Collective is fantastic. That's where I did my apprenticeship. That's how I learned how to grow. I did the apprenticeship program for 2 years. Learned, from scratch. I mean, they teach you from the beginnings, like where you learn how to form these beds from nothing. So everything that I learned that apprenticeship I did here.
Wow.
You learning how to shape the beds from scratch. You learning how to start seeds. And then now, my 5th year, I'm getting into seed saving.
So break down what seed saving is.
So what kind of flower do you think this is?
You say what kind of flower?
Yep.
Man,
It's gonna blow your mind.
Not lavender, but dandelion. I don't know.
Nah, broccoli.
Broccoli?
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. So come over here.
Okay, cool.
On this side, come real close. Broccoli. So come here, come real close to it.
All right.
You can see this is a head of broccoli.
Oh wow, that is broccoli. Dang.
That's a head of broccoli. So every vegetable flowers. Every vegetable has a flower. Like if I even let these carrots go to what we call go to seed, you see carrot flowers. And then when they flower like this, they start to pollinate it. So you come over here.
Okay, cool.
You can see the insects get on it and they start pollinating.
So that's good when you see the insects on your food.
The right insects, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, wasps are okay to see because they're going through there eating all the bugs that would be damaging your crops. Bees are great to see. But if you have a certain pest that eats what you're growing, like you don't want to see a whole lot of them.
Absolutely.
And the wasps help with that. They help with that. But what is going to happen here is these are going to close up and they're actually going to produce seed.
So let me just stop right there before he go any further. So just in this little small space that he got, we talk about, what you could do with small space, right? They just said 10 acres, you could feed a whole city. I'm pretty sure he probably almost on an acre himself. We saw cabbage, we saw broccoli, we saw peppers, we saw tomatoes, carrots. That's a lot of food. Then he got a hoop house back there in the back. He got a lot of space. Look, Sylvia said he got a lot of food in that small space. And we be thinking that you need a whole lot. It's all about planning it. Like Yaki said, it's all about planning it, getting the knowledge, knowing what to plant when in your the space that you're in and the climate you're in, knowing how to succession plant, knowing how to companion plant, all of those things. As our girl said, I read that the law for HOAs there's a law for HOAs to ease off people that are growing food for sustainable living. Yeah, I hope that it passes because it's hurting. It's hurting. I think we're gonna get to a point. She said exactly. I think we're gonna get to a point to where they're gonna be like they were back in the day, where they were encouraging people to grow gardens, right? Because the food that we have now is not food. And when it starts affecting them to where they don't have anything to eat, they're going to start encouraging everybody to do it themselves. And even before then, they shouldn't even, at this point, we know the truth. It's out in the open. Nobody shouldn't have to tell you that you need to start growing your own food, or even if you can't grow your own food, support somebody who does. What does that look like? What does that mean by you? That means if you know somebody that's doing a garden, in your neighborhood. Offer to go and help them, or offer them to let them use if you got some tools that they may be able to use, or buy some seeds, or go over there and offer to help pick some weeds, or barter with them. I got time. You need some help for me to help you do this, and in exchange for some fruit or veggies, things like that, because it takes all of us working together to get this done. So I don't want we should never be saying I don't have access, I can't do this, I can't do that. There is ways you can get it done. She said, "Yep, we won't have no other option but to grow your own food. The prices are getting so high. What else you gonna do? But starve. If you don't do it or get with somebody that's doing it, you're gonna starve. Let's go."
After they get fertilized, and I'll be able to take these seeds and you save these seeds and you grow them for the next season.
100%.
So this is, you know, when we start talking about financial again, I mean, if I break one of these open and we start talking seeds,
Yeah.
this is one pepper, right?
Yeah.
One pepper.
You got to be a little strong to farm, huh?
Yeah. It's one pepper. Look at all these seeds in here that can produce another pepper plant, and that pepper plant's going to produce more peppers all throughout the season. So now you're talking about your ability to multiply,
Yeah.
and grow, right? From just saving a couple of peppers, man, I could fill this whole field
Wow.
with green peppers. And then I take these green peppers, I harvest them, you know, I store them in my cooler, I'm able to sell them, cook them, do all different types of things with them. And now we're getting into real economics.
100%.
You know, it's like, how do I get into real economics without having my hand out asking for somebody to give me something?
He said something right there. He said, "How do you got to figure that out? How do I get into economics? Meaning, how do I do this smartly and wisely and use these seeds to plant to not only provide for myself, but also provide a living, right? We ain't trying to do it and get broke, right? We're trying to do it so we can help ourselves as well as make a living." My Renaissance said also how far that food had to travel to get to your state. By that time, it's dead by then. And if it's dead, what's the purpose of you eating it? The purpose of us eating food is supposed to be for nutrition, to get the nutrition out of it. But he just told you the time period from whence that fruit or veggie is picked off of that plant, it has already begun to die. The nutrients are no longer being pushed into it. So the faster you can get it from garden to table, the better, the higher the nutritional value is. Well, we know most of the food that's grown here is being shipped out, and we getting our food shipped from another country. So we are, if you can just imagine, I'm pretty sure all of y'all have ordered something offline before. When you order that offline, how long it takes from the time that you order it until it get to you? A week or so. That's just in shipping. There's no telling how long that food has been sitting in a warehouse somewhere waiting to be shipped. So by the time you get it, or by the time it's in that store, it has no nutritional value. So what's the point of you eating it? It don't even taste like what it's supposed to taste. It's because it is lost its nutritional value, it's lost its worth. And that's the purpose of us eating. All right, y'all, let's keep it rolling. Keep it rolling.
I can go and get it for myself.
Absolutely.
This is where it starts.
Absolutely.
This is where it starts, agriculture.
So I mentioned you well, you said this before. How you could save people through farming, right? Well, save lives through farming. Can you break that down?
So good food, one, farming is the engine of our national life. So we talk about, you know, a nation, right? Us as a people, a group, a body, thinking for the whole. We all eat. All of us. We all eat. But what do we eat? Many of the things that we suffer from are ailments, right? That we're on medication for. Our family members are on medication for. It's due to the things that we're eating, right? And we try our best, but the reality is the food that's in our communities is not the healthiest food for us. The oils that they're cooking in are not the healthiest oils for us. We just talked about when we were on our way here looking at all of the different fields, right? And the fields that have corn in them. And the type of corn that they grow isn't sweet corn. You can't bite into it and eat it. It's almost hard as a rock. But they'll take that same corn that you couldn't eat when it was in its raw form, process it, turn it into oil, and now we cooking chicken in it. Now we're cooking chicken in it. We knew we just couldn't eat it raw though. It's hard as a rock. I could throw it at somebody's head and give him a concussion with it. But we gonna grind that up, turn that into oil, and now fry our chicken in it.
Wow.
And we don't know, right? Because we're not involved in the food system. We don't know where this stuff is coming from. You know, we're going to the store. So one, we can save ourselves just by a greater knowledge of where the food is coming from, what we should eat, what we shouldn't eat. But then number two, if we just make it easier to get better food.
100%.
It's got to be easier, you know?
I'm gonna stop where he is and piggyback off what he was saying. You got to get the knowledge. Years ago, we were able to sit back and trust the people or the power to be that was in control to provide us with things that we need to live. Or so we thought. I'll say it wasn't as bad back then as it is now. It is off the chain now. It's nothing in there that you can go in there and get basically out of the store that's of value to you. If you want to live healthy and if you want to continue to live. So now the responsibility is placed back upon you. They were grooming us for years to sit back and get comfortable with them making a decision, making it convenient for us so that when the veil is lifted or when the truth has come up, you've gotten so comfortable with somebody doing it for you to where they telling you the truth. You done got so comfortable with not doing it, you just accept them doing it the wrong way because now you've gotten comfortable in convenience and you don't want to do it. Well, now it's costing your life, right? It's costing you your life. If you don't do something about it now, it's going to cost you your life. LP on TikTok was saying this is awesome information. All the more reason to fight these data centers they're building for AI on farmland or land that could be used for gardening. She says, thanks for sharing all this. I have to go now. Have a great evening. Thank you for coming in, LP. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. So, guys, we cannot sit back and allow them to make these decisions for us. Hey, Tag, welcome in. She says, listening on the move. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Y'all, it's up to you. Retrain your mind. We've been transformed and we've been given the convenience of just going in and do it. So now we got to go back. We got to go back until we can get to a place to where we got people in place who can be trusted. Right? LGG says the propaganda is so deep that our people don't know if we coming or going. Don't know. And some of them so comfortable in not knowing.
Oh, we just drove. We know how far out we are.
Yeah.
All our people can't come out this far.
Absolutely.
To get this type of food. So it's not about just growing it here. It's like, okay, how do we get this into the city? How do we make this more accessible for our people so that they can get this good food without, having to go too far? Because the corner store is close.
Yeah.
These fast food places are close.
But this is far.
Hey, netta.
So, like, what's the first step to that?
The first step, so we have a farmer's market we're doing bi-weekly. We taking it to the people. It's right there on the south side of Chicago. We're doing it at the mosque. That's happening bi-weekly. But from there, we're talking to a couple of different aldermen in different wards about finding, these vacant lots that we can grow, that we can start growing on. We have a pool, brothers, we pooled our money together. We started a farm. And that farm is called Jana Farm. That's a different farm. And we we put our money together. So that now that we're rolling and we're growing, we got land. It's even further out the Champaign. I got my cooler here. We bring it, we store it here, and then we sell it. On Saturdays at the market. So,
message. He was just saying. Now you don't have to be a part of the co-op that we've developed, but develop your own. Find a group of people and y'all get together, people that you can trust, and y'all get together and do things and make a difference. You see how a group of brothers come together, pooling their money together, pooling their resources. He using his cooler to do things so they can go out and provide fresh food, fresh produce to people far away. It can be done. We just got to come together and do it. It can be done.
Doing more of that, but just closer in the city.
100%.
We got a lot of vacant lots in the city, and these same things that you see being done here can be done in those vacant lots.
Absolutely.
100%.
So keep taking us through here, showing us and teaching us, brother.
Praise you to Allah. So these are onions.
Okay.
These are onions. Bro.
Dang, these real onions right here. This is crazy.
Real onions. So onions, and you'll see, how they tell you onions are a purifier?
Yeah.
They really are.
Okay.
Because every year, man, pests do not mess with my onions.
You say the pests don't?
They don't mess with the onions. They don't mess with the onions. Matter of fact, if you want to protect something else, you can put onions next to it. And whatever's a pest or disease that typically come to your crop is going to stay away because of how strong onions are.
Wow.
How strong they are. I never have any issues, man. They get huge, they get big. And, we put them in so many different dishes, it just makes sense to have them. And they store for a long time.
100%.
As well. They store for a long time. So, these are good. So, actually, my son recently just wasn't feeling well. My wife, cut up some onions so that my son could smell them. In his room, and his room was smelling like onions.
Dang.
For sure. But him sleeping in it and the scent coming into his nose, knocked out his cold. Because they're pungent. Watch, you smell one?
I believe.
Very pungent. This hasn't even cured yet. So watch this. Like that. Smell that.
Dang, you can really smell the onion on it.
Yeah. This is fresh.
Wow.
And it's strong. So you want to chop that up. Whatever stomach cold you got. Put your nose in that, smell that for a while, just knocking it out.
Wow.
Right out.
Yeah, he got a nice.
These are cabbage. These are just about done. So I can salvage some of these that are ready, but for the most part, I need to pull this bed up and then replant.
So how long does it take for this to regrow?
Regrow?
Yeah.
Cabbage, I say about 40 to 45 to 60 days, depending on the variety.
Oh, that ain't even long then.
But the one thing about cabbage though is you get one head. So after you chop this head, it's done.
Oh dang.
It's done. That's it. So you need like a decent amount of land because you see how much space they take up too. And they take up quite a bit of space.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm getting a lot of vegetables in my hand.
Oh, yeah.
But we all have heard like photosynthesis in school.
Yeah.
These green leaves for the plant, they're like solar panels.
Wow.
Think about them almost like solar panels. They go out, they work to get the sun, and with the energy that they get from the sun, they're able to use that to create sugars that they send down in the roots. And then from the sugars that they send down, all the bacteria come and they help them get the iron, the zinc, the magnesium, the potassium, the calcium, all that so they can take it up into the plant.
Absolutely.
So it's like a whole ecosystem. It's a whole ecosystem, man. More onions. I got beets right here. My wife loves to make juice with these.
Oh, the beet juice?
Yeah. Make the beet juice, juice them. This is my cucumbers, man. I did not have a good year with cucumbers. And I really knew it wasn't gonna be good at the start of the year. Because I planted cucumbers, and then shortly after I planted them, I already saw the pest.
Dang.
The enemy to the cucumber was already there when they were little, and they were adults. Adult pests were already on it. So I was like, okay, this is gonna be a tough year. And as you can see, a lot of it didn't make it.
Wow.
This year you can see the dead. But that's a part of growing. It happens.
I'm glad he said that and showed the good parts and the bad parts of growing. And this is the part where I will point out. This is why it's important for you to be part of a being stronger together. He growing all this other stuff. Look at all this other stuff that he growing. The one thing that he had a problem with was cucumbers. Well, maybe his neighbor or somebody in his community or somebody he knows was successful with cucumbers. What can he do? Hey, they maybe was unsuccessful with something else, or they maybe was lacking, didn't get as much of a crop of something else, and he may have plenty he could share with. You can barter. That's how things should work. Cena says, as I grow on TikTok, says, I had the same vision, but I spoke too much to the wrong people. And we definitely got to be careful with who we share our vision to, because everybody don't have the same heart that you do. You don't. Netta said, my mom does the same thing. She placed the onions around her home. Chanel says that explains why the food we grow tastes so much better than the stores, because it's from garden to table and it's not old. So all the nutrients are there. Absolutely nothing can compare. That's correct. My Renaissance grandma says, I added sliced onions to our teas during the cold for a few seasons. Say, yep, pull up those and drop more seeds. That's what you do. Drop more seeds. My Renaissance grandma say barter. That's what you do. You barter. Because everything ain't gonna work. No matter how you do it all the time. We not perfect. Nothing is perfect. Nobody is perfect. So where you fail, that's where somebody else is strong.
It happens.
Live and you learn.
You learn, and then you can make some adjustments for next year. So one of the main adjustments that I'm going to make is I'm going to try what's called companion planting. So I shared with you how onions kind of keep things away. I'm going to see if planting the onions within the cucumbers will keep the pests off
I think that's
the cucumber plants. We'll see how it does next year when I try that. But yeah, this year definitely a rough year for my cucumbers, for sure.
So cucumbers and watermelons grow the same way, or?
Yeah, they both have vines. So I got watermelon over here actually. And you can see kind of the similarities between the two. You see? So these are all the little. If I trellis these, this would try to grow up. Trellis is like this.
Okay.
So if I put that down here for the watermelon, you'd see them try to grow up. What I put there. Yeah. So this is all watermelon. This whole bed going all the way down here.
Dang.
Yeah, he has.
So this watermelon too?
This is corn.
Corn. Okay.
Yeah, this is corn. But this is the corn you can actually eat.
Break this down. Okay.
Yeah. So this is sweet corn. This is sweet corn. Drive past a lot of those major farms. You see like corn as far as your eye can see. That's not the type of corn you can eat.
So the main corn you see is the main corn you can't eat.
You cannot eat.
Wow.
You cannot eat. I mean, when you see it fully grown, it's as hard as a rock. Like you bite into it and it would probably break your teeth.
Wow.
It's that hard.
So explain how that's breaking down in your stomach then when we digest that.
Yeah. So one of the main things that they use for that corn is high fructose corn syrup. High fructose corn syrup. Now a lot of you all listening have heard of that before, but for those of you who haven't heard it before, high fructose corn syrup is what they use in a lot of these fast food places, sugary drinks, junk food. They're using this type of corn that you can't eat. No, sorry, not this type of corn, but the other type of corn that you can't eat to make these sugars, and it's giving us diabetes.
Dang.
It's giving us diabetes because your body can't lower your blood sugar quick enough once this gets into the bloodstream. So it spikes your blood sugar, and then it causes issues with your pancreas, which is what eventually ends up causing diabetes.
Wow.
Yeah, when your pancreas has issues. So this corn, though, this is called sweet corn. It's called sweet, and this is the type of corn that you can eat. This is the type of corn that you want to throw on the grill in the summer, right?
Sure.
Or at the barbecue, making sure that you have it. This is that type of corn. So each little stalk here that you see will produce about 4 to 6 ears of corn. So this is gonna be a lot of corn.
Dang.
Probably almost 500 ears or more.
500.
Okay, question. This is my question in the video. Now, I have been growing in ground for a little while, and I say a little while, maybe like 3 years. And I have grown corn. And when I started to grow corn, I was told that one stalk of corn, will give you 1 ear. You're lucky if you get 2. Correct me if I'm wrong. He just said his corn that he growing is gonna give him 5 to 6 ears of corn. What kind of corn he growing? I need that. I need to know that corn because I only get one good one off the stalk that I get. I see I have had somewhere it gets two, but the second one never gets as big as the first one. It's like all the nutrients go to the first one. What variety he growing where he getting 4 to 5, 5 to 6 ears of corn? Somebody enlighten me. Look, she say I need to know what variety he growing. I only get one. Me too. Me too. I ain't saying that it can't happen, but I just want to know what kind of corn he growing so I can get what he doing. Cause I would grow a whole lot more corn to do that. Look, see this as I grow say, me too. I need to know. Right. What variety? Cause I don't know everything, but you know, she said I was about to say that is amazing how much he does in his short season, right? Yeah. If anybody know gardeners, we off on the YTFB and TT. Anybody is aware of and what corn that can give you more than I'd be happy if I could just get two on the stalk, two, full size edible ones. I'd be happy. But I have not been able to successfully do that. She said, I've tried corn so many times. No look. The pests and rodents takes it out. Oh my God. And you're gonna have to start bartering netta. Barter. She say 6 shooter corn. Okay, FR. She letting y'all know, y'all. I'm gonna leave it on the screen so y'all can screenshot it. Let me screenshot too. 'Cause I need to know. Especially if I'm trying to feed the city. Cause you be trying to plant corn seeds. A whole bunch of corn seeds. Cause I like corn. Let me screenshot this. She say 6 shooter corn. And the other one is festivity corn. Y'all screenshot that, all right? And so tag say I get two, sometimes 3 or 4, but never 5 or 6. Look, I need what variety you grow? You get 3 or 4 with peaches and cream. I think that's the one I get. That's the one I like to grow. She said I just looked up 6 shooter and gotta have it. Do Baker Creek got it? It's a shame. We supposed to be looking at this video. Lord have mercy. Let's keep going. But anybody got the juice? We just found out it's two kinds. So anybody got any more information? Please feel free to share it. Sharing is caring.
Years?
Right, 500 years, maybe even close to 1,000.
1,000 years of corn right here.
Yeah, it'll be a lot.
Wow, and just this small area.
Just a small area, and that's what I'm saying is in these vacant lots throughout the city, you can grow a lot of food.
He didn't say what
you can
kind.
grow a lot of food. Like imagine, one of these lots that are just broken down somewhere, right? Somebody's just growing food. At a certain point in the summer, you could feed the whole block. You could pull up with a grill.
So you say we could feed the whole block if we learn how to grow?
There's enough food here to feed the whole block right now.
Dang.
Right now.
Talk your stuff then, brother.
We can feed the block right now. So take these vacant lots, man, and we start growing and producing on these lots. I mean, when it's time to eat, you could pull the grill up right in front of the lot, start pulling out the things that we would need to be able to cook the food and just do it right there, have a block party.
A crop party, yeah.
A crop party, I like it.
Yes, sir.
Block crop party.
So, as we know, it's a war with farming right now. Can you break down the war on farming?
He didn't say which variety of corn they use for to make high fructose corn syrup. But whichever one it is, it ain't the ones that you can grow that you can eat fresh. It's too hard to eat. So if you ever grow a corn and it's not edible and it's too hard to eat, it's not an edible corn, then it's not a healthy corn. is not something that we should be. She say found it $4.99. This variety can grow up to 6 years, 85 days. Wow. Listen, somebody website finna blow up because yeah, I'm
Yeah,
half of them
so
seeds.
they're making it harder to get land. They're making it harder to get land, and they're making it more difficult for farmers because the billionaires want to move in and get the land. Now, one of the things that we need to learn in terms of, generational wealth and how to pass on our money, how to pass on our wealth, is in land ownership. So I'll give you an example. Bill Gates, right? You and I were talking about this in the car. Billionaire. He makes his billions of dollars, and then what does he do with it? He buys land. Okay? Mark Zuckerberg makes his billions of dollars. What does he do with it? He buys land. Many of the families that preserve their wealth, the Vanderbilts, the DuPonts, the Rockefellers, what do? They buy land. Now, why do they buy land? So there are certain families that own things like timberland, or own things like mines, or own things like water rights. So just imagine, put this in your head. Imagine your family owns 10,000 acres of timberland, right?
There y'all go. Sylvia say she found it at Victory Seed Company.
As long as wood is used, your family will be able to make money.
And we need wood forever.
Forever. So this is how people maintain their wealth. When you hear about families that have been rich for centuries, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500 years. They're using land, and no matter what happens in the future, I know AI is big right now, it's everywhere. And people are saying, oh, AI is gonna, cut jobs and everything like that. Okay, we're still gonna use wood. We're still gonna need minerals to create everything, to build, to manufacture cars, to make the iPhones that we use. Like, we're still gonna need raw land, and if you own that, regardless of what happens, your family's gonna be secure. I mean, see, I just had a wood fence built on the land right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wood.
Perfect example of it.
Yeah, perfect example. Perfect example. So they're investing in land, and it's like we can follow a similar model. On a scale in which we can, on which we can do it by producing land. That's what the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, that's what the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan tell us to do: get land and be productive on the land.
Absolutely.
And that's how you build real wealth. That's how you do it.
So I remember a long time ago you told me this: knowledge means nothing if you don't apply it.
Yeah.
So can you break it down to the viewer that might watch this?
Yeah. So we're taught that knowledge is a force, and it allows the person, imbued with it, to overcome obstacles, in their path. So is a force. I mean, it could potentially be a force. A force is my ability to make something move, right? So if I say, let's say I have knowledge, right? I have knowledge of what weeds look like.
Yeah. Ooh.
I have knowledge of what weeds look like.
I can walk through right here?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
You can walk through. A lot of this is watermelon vine.
Okay.
So I have knowledge of what weeds look like. So I can look at everything and I can say, okay, that's a weed over there. That's a weed. There's weeds right here. This is a weed. That's a weed. This is a weed. This is a weed. That's a weed. I'm getting no work done.
Yeah.
There's no benefit to anything that I'm saying or the knowledge that I have until I practically apply it and do something with it.
100%.
You got to do something with it.
100%.
So with any knowledge that we have, it's great to have it. It's great to share it with people, on social media and build in circles and everything. But until it's properly applied, nothing happens.
Facts.
Nothing happens. And that's one of the things I love about agriculture is they make the principles of life so plain. So plain. Somebody can have all the knowledge in the world about every single plant, but until you put that seed in the ground, until you water it, until you take care of it, until it's time to harvest, and then get off your backside and actually harvest it before it goes bad, there's no benefit.
100%.
Message. Listen, we got a lot of knowledge about a lot of things, but until we apply it, until we work it, it means nothing. It's good to hear. It's good for me to come on here and share these Gumbo Garden conversations, but it's it's all for nothing if we can't apply it. It's good for us to get on here and debate stuff and say what I think and you say what you think and we come to a conclusion. But if we don't go back and apply it to our life, what are we doing? What is the purpose of gaining the knowledge? Just to have it, just to make yourself look good in front of people, just so you can sound good and sound smart? No. What's the use of having money if you can't use it, if you can't spend it to buy the things that you need to live? You just have it. Why would you want it? I wouldn't want it. If I can't do nothing with it. We got to do something with all of this information, y'all, that we are applying, that we are learning. We pulling all of this information in, right? And you learning how to grow these vegetables, but how are you applying it? Not just for you in your household. We got to help somebody else because he just told you in the beginning of the video, you know, if just one person or if just one man feel he has something and your people don't have it, it's all for nothing. We are not in this world alone. The goal is for us to learn how to live and coexist together. And how are we doing that if we just happy with just, well, I'm growing enough for my family and we good, we eating. But you got people walking around your neighborhood that's homeless, people in your city that don't have food, and you sitting there with a big old lot of food, throwing stuff away because you don't eat it or you was growing it just because you want to see if you can grow it. You don't like it, but you just growing it so you can say I grew it or see if I can grow it. Then instead of giving your excess away, instead of you using it for compost, you throwing it away. There's a food bank or something somewhere that you could be giving that excess to for somebody to eat, right? And then the knowledge that you're acquiring how to do this, a lot of people get hung up with, I don't just want to give them nothing because they don't want to work for nothing. Well, why don't you teach them? Like, give that homeless person a chance to come and work in your garden, right? What are we doing with this knowledge? What?
There's no benefit, man. So that principle applies in real life. You know, if you excited about starting a business and you studying a whole lot and reading about your business, I mean, you essentially doing what I just showed you. It's like, okay, I could do this, I could do that, I could build this, I could start this, but it's
Hey,
until
Fatima,
you
welcome
actually
in.
do it, you
Absolutely.
get nothing out of your knowledge.
Absolutely. Dang, you just broke that down real well.
Man, praise be to Allah.
Yes, sir. So is there anything else you want to speak on, touch on?
Speak on, touch on. Yeah, one of the things I'd encourage, like if you want to get started, if you're in the Chicagoland area, the Urban Growers Collective, I'd start you exactly where I started. You know, and I would go to that organization. They teach classes all throughout the summer, and you can go there and you can learn and you can volunteer.
Absolutely.
You know, there and really get started.
That's the way
Also,
you
like
do
if you're already growing, you know how to grow. Maybe you know you used to help grandma, your mom, your pops back in the day. Get back into it. Get back into it. You know, and start doing it. This is something that you can do, you know, on top of what else you do. You know, look, you know, primarily the way that I, you know, provide for myself and my family is, you know, through computers. You know, I work with computers.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't stop me from, you know, being able to grow my own food. Everybody can do it. This isn't a magical thing where you're born with a green thumb. No, God will give every human being the ability to feed themselves.
Wait, say that again, brother.
God will give every human being the ability to feed themselves.
Message.
100%.
He doesn't create any creature. There's not a bird that gets up and wonders, like, how am I going to feed myself? Every single thing that he created, whether it's a worm, whether it's a fish, whether it's a bird,
You have the ability.
is able to provide the means so that it can continue to exist. And you could do the exact same thing.
100%.
You could do the exact same thing. And I'm telling you, once you make up in your mind that you decide to do that, God
all
will
in
move
your
every
mind.
single obstacle in your path to make sure that you and your family can eat and that you get access to what you need to be able to grow your own food. And I'm living proof.
Absolutely.
I'm living proof, man.
So let them know you from the trenches. You come from them environments too, because
you
a lot
said
of
what
people
he said?
might hear the way you talk, carry yourself, and think this ain't even possible. So break it down for them, brother.
Well, man, look, so I was actually raised by a single dad. Single dad, man. My mom passed away when I was really young in a car accident. So my dad held it down for me and my two siblings. And then the other part of that was, and my pops, he didn't have a whole lot of money because he sung blues and jazz. That's what he's saying. So I come from a very musical family. And coming from that musical family, and my father also coming from that life, stopped me from necessarily going down that path. But you're still in the environment, though.
100%.
You're still in the environment, though. You still got to look over, and you still got to watch your back, though. So that's what, that coupled with growing up in the mosque, growing up in the nation, kept me on that right path. And the love of my people is what keeps me going back.
No, that's real.
So just because I'm here, just because, I have land and I'm growing my own food, I still have my people on my mind, right? Like we were talking earlier about, okay, how do we do this in the city? How do we bring this back? Right now we're even bringing the food back to the city because no one man can rise above the condition of his people.
Say that one more time.
No one man can rise above the condition of his people. So if you got it, but your people don't have it, you don't have it.
We are what? Stronger together. No one man is stronger than the conditions of his people. He just said that. You got it. Share with your people.
No.
You don't have it, or you won't have it long.
100%. No, that's
if you
real.
do have it, So we have to think about the whole, and that's what we're taught, and that's the approach, in agriculture. Like I'm thinking now, how do you got 4 acres? Okay, how do I get 100?
Absolutely.
So that I can grow more food. Once you get 100, it's like, okay, how do I get 1,000? How do I get 10,000? And you scale up, and you put the proper systems in place so that you can actually scale, so that we can provide for our people. Because we got a lot of our people that we need to feed. We have 50 million people now. It's 50 million of us. That's a lot of food.
Yeah, that's a lot of food. For sure, but we need more farmers. It can't just be you.
Yeah, we need more farmers. We need more farmers, for sure. And here's the interesting piece, though. Now is the best time to get into agriculture.
Okay.
Why? Why is the best time to get into agriculture? You know the average age of a farmer in the United States?
Nah.
65.
What?
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah, the average person that grows your food is 65 years old. So if we just doing basic math, if the average farmer is 65 years old, they're not gonna be around a whole lot longer. I mean, what, the average life expectancy in the country is 70?
Oh, so that means like 5 years.
Yeah, 70. Okay, but everybody still has to eat. So who's the land gonna go to? A lot of their children don't want to farm anymore. They don't want to farm anymore. They went off to college. They doing other things. They don't want to go back and farm. So a lot of these farms are closing down, and you'll see it today. If you in any major city, go drive out to the suburbs where you start seeing farmland, and all you gonna see is for sale, for sale, for sale, for sale, for sale. You can see it now. If you in Chicago and you drive out to Mokina, all of that land's gonna be for sale. You're gonna see 150, 200 acres for sale. So they're getting out of farming. They're getting out of the business of farming, and
that means we need to come in.
And we need to come in.
Absolutely.
People still need to eat, bro. People still need to eat. But that first key, what's even more important than having the land is knowing how to be productive on the land. Because if you just have land and you don't know how to make it productive, all you got is a tax bill.
Yep, you was explaining that in the car too.
That's all you got.
I gotta say this because I know several people. I know a lot of people that got land. And they just got land just to have land. Be it that they got it from they inherited, their parents left it to them or whatever. They got land, ain't doing nothing with it. Nothing. And then they complain about they sick and the food nasty and all that. I'm like, you got your cure right there. Everything right. You got the land to grow your food. If you don't want to grow it, hey, that's fine. Listen, get somebody to come in there and do it for you or teach you how to do it. You don't know how to get somebody to come in there for you, but got land, just got their house, then they got land other places, ain't doing that with it, just sitting there. I'm trying. trying, sis. She say, breathe. I'm trying. I'm trying. But it just, and it got people that just wish they just had half an acre. If I just had half an acre of land, you know what I could do with that? And they got people that got it and just sitting on it, ain't doing nothing with it. Got it. A lot of people I know got it just to say that they got it. And don't even realize what they got. Don't even realize what they sitting on. Like even if you rent it out to somebody to let them grow or whatever community is in, let that community use that to grow stuff. And then you can come by and get you some stuff because it's yours, you know? Oh my God. That irks me. I'm sorry if I offend anybody that has land that's doing that, but it irks me because there are people around you that you know need it or could use it, and you won't even allow them. You ain't even got to give it to them, right? Just let them use it to help. Now, just let them use it to help better themselves, help make a living for themselves. That will help them put themselves on their feet a little bit more, bring in a little bit more income, and possibly open a door for them to get their own land. But we can't even do that. We can't even do that. Right? She said, "Who knew the average farmer's age?" Right, right. Look, I'm trying to breathe. Who saying older person can't learn from youngsters? This young man is smart and wise and unique. Definitely. Look, my Renaissance waved her hand and say, "Me? I'm one of the people that want some land." Me, man. If I man the stuff, I know my Renaissance gonna go ham whenever she get it. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. She already doing the most with the little space that she got. So just imagine her own. Lord have mercy. Welcome in, David Core with the crop. Welcome in. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. One time for Cropper. Yeah, that just burns my biscuits. She said I would have to do that if I had 1 acre. They got a plot and we will work it together. Right. But that's the whole thing. We gotta learn how to work together. We so afraid of somebody taking our stuff and, you know, doing better than what we are. And we can't even just lend something to somebody. Let somebody use it until you have a use for it. We can't even do that. She's as our girl says, my parents did the same thing. I was asking people to come in w- with to grow food, and I was clown, but that won't stop me. I know that's right. Don't let it stop you, because you're gonna find somebody that's like minded that will join in, and then it's gonna outweigh. They're gonna need you. They're gonna need you. They're gonna come back around.
Yeah.
All you got is a tax bill. So knowing how to be productive on the land, growing the food, you can do that now. Because I started on my porch on the west side of Chicago in 2 buckets.
Wait, so you started on a porch?
On a porch.
Wow.
2 buckets.
Mm-hmm.
In 2 buckets, man. I had a pepper plant and a tomato plant that one of the brothers in the mosque gave me.
Wow.
From volunteering over at his farm, and that was my start, bro. And I killed one of them. Yeah, on accident. Because I just didn't know what I was doing.
Long live the plant, man.
Long live the plant. But that was the summer of 2019. And then, yeah, started growing, learning, got the land. You know, now here we are, fast forward 5 years later.
So where you see this 5 years from now?
5 years from now, let's walk and go see.
Okay.
Let's walk and go see, bro. So, as I said, I had to, remediate a lot of this land.
Uh-huh.
But there's a lot of space. There's a lot of space. And for the parts that are cleared and well kept, we fenced it in just so this could be like, this is our main area. But there's more land back here.
Wow.
A whole lot more back here.
Oh man.
You can step through.
All of this land.
All this land going all the way back. Walk, keep going all the way back.
So this can be cleared and turned into productive land. I mean, we could put animals on here. We could grow more crops on here, you know, by clearing out some of the trees. Some of these trees are dead and need to be cleared out anyway, like this one right here. You know?
But the light skin one?
The light skin. Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah,
that's
one. The bark fell off. See, that one's dead. That one's dead. I thought you were being funny.
Nah, I was just so serious right now.
A light-skinned tree.
Yeah.
Light-skinned
So every time you see a light-skinned tree, that means it's dying?
Nah.
Okay.
I don't mean a light-skinned is dying, bro.
No, I ain't saying it like that. Now you got it.
Okay, so GT was saying, let me see what he said. He said, rinsing it out may be a better solution because that water bill ain't no joke, right? Just got to learn how to do it. In some places, if you got land out, and I think I heard Uncle Ed talking about this before, and it made me think about how I helped start the community garden back at home by digging a well. That's no bill. If you can, get somebody in the community that has that knowledge to show you how to do that, dig a well. You ain't got to worry about no bill. Say, but you continually learning wet up water catchment to help with the water bill. Yep. And then there's places like we call it your local extension office. He say light. Yeah, he said light skin. Listen, places like your extension office or the Department of Agriculture, where you can there are programs where they can help you if you seek out those things. They can help you with things like that. CB says, yeah, rain catcher, Ola swells, and deep mulch still gonna get a bill, but there's so much you can do. Yeah, and that's because everybody was saying, oh, well, it's because we don't have that knowledge. That's the first thing our mind is programmed to when we need something. It's connected to a bill. Like I didn't think about solar stuff as much as I do now because now I have knowledge of ways around that, you know, living off grid, knowing how to do those things. And you don't even have to live off grid to do those things. But I thank God for those who shared that knowledge. Yeah, the USDA. Yep. Country land, well, water. Yep. NRCS. Look, it's resources out there. FSA. It just takes a little more digging. She said, we catch the hydrant water. It's free water in NYC. Listen. And not just water, just electricity. We got solar, you know, um, solar power generators or just solar panels, period. Yeah, it's ways if you want to. It's ways to do it.
Oh, man.
But yeah, so this is the vision, you know, clear it, and then, you know, continue to come back.
Absolutely.
Continue to come back as far as we can and just make it productive. So, but you can see, you know, I've done a lot of cutting.
Oh, wow.
Cut down over here. You can't really see it because all the vegetation grew over the top of it, but there's a massive tree that's, you know, been felled right here. I got a chainsaw. Yeah.
So what do you do in the wintertime though, like when everything dies?
That's your time to clear.
Oh, okay.
Yep, that's your chance because all this vegetation isn't here in the way that you got to cut. So as soon as the winter comes, you can come out here. The trees, you let them dry out so that they're easier to cut. Start cutting them down.
Oh, wow.
You know, and so we're gonna buy a wood chipper so that when we do cut them, I can take the wood chipper and then, you know, boom, start chipping them. right here on the land.
And so you use the same thing you cut down to build right back up.
Exactly. Take those wood chips.
So everything is of resource then, pretty much.
Yup. Yup. Definitely make your own compost.
100 right?
With the
So what this is right here?
Look at that compost
So this is all the
pile.
compost we use to make the beds.
Okay.
Actually. So with wood chips, so everything that you see that's brown has carbon in it.
Okay.
All right, and everything that you see is green, that's green, has nitrogen in it. So you can mix carbon with nitrogen, water, and air, and use that to make compost.
Oh,
Thank
wow.
you for the gifts. Thank you.
The nutrition that you're getting, that you're putting back into your food. You know, so I have a plastic tarp over the top of this because that kills weeds.
Okay.
But see, this is the same thing that I make the beds out of right here, and you can even see the wood chip in it. You see what's in it? Some of it didn't fit all.
Yeah, but that look like your tarps.
You know, but still usable. And then you're putting all the nutrition right back into your food. You know, as you grow it. Just
I
like
see
that.
you got the chickens too.
Chickens, yeah, there's probably some eggs in here too. I need some eggs. Some eggs in here. So any weeds that I cut, I give to the chickens. Any food that doesn't really look that good, I give to the chickens. As well as like scraps. One of the chickens here sit on the egg.
Oh, this a chicken in there?
She brooding right now. She just makes sure she want to sit on the egg. She don't want to move. Yeah, she don't want to move. But you can see. Put it in there. See the eggs on this side over here?
Yeah.
Yep. I'm coming back for those later. Get those eggs.
So now you don't even have to spend money on eggs, right? And the price of eggs went up like crazy too, didn't it?
Yup. Shout out. Let's get you some chickens.
Yeah.
Got eggs.
You gonna
It's
be
a little bit
watching
more
them.
work, but you got to do more work at your job. So
Yeah.
it's all about perspective, you know.
Yeah. Just take that 15 minutes from the Netflix series. Come take care of the chickens, and then you got some eggs. That's it.
Wow.
That's right. 15 minutes a day, if that, to take care of those chickens.
So it really don't even take much then.
Nope. Not once it's all set up. I mean, it was a lot of work to get it set up to the point where I could grow on it. But once you have,
but you
know,
got
the
your
systems in
chickens
place,
now.
it's not a whole lot of work.
100%.
It's not a whole lot of work, man.
Yes, sir.
So, I mean, any other questions? Any other thoughts?
I got one more question. What's your favorite thing to grow?
My favorite thing to grow?
What's your favorite
You
thing
said
to
the
grow,
onion?
Chat? What's your favorite thing to
Is
grow?
it? What's the hardest thing to grow?
What's your favorite thing to grow, and what's the hardest thing to grow?
Right now it would be those cucumbers.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, they went bad, and I don't even know why they went bad. The second hardest thing, I say in the climate that we're in, watermelon. Because you got this real narrow window of heat. They really need a lot of heat. You know, and that's why a lot of watermelon is brought from
The
down
south.
Yeah. So we're going to see how they do this year. They did pretty well last year. But, yeah, that's probably the second hardest thing.
So what's the easiest thing to grow, like if you in the Midwest area besides corn?
Root crops do really well. So root crops, carrots.
Okay.
These did really well. I did potatoes. They did great because they're cold hardy, so you can start those in the ground earlier.
Okay, cool.
You can start those in the ground earlier, man. So, you know, carrots, great.
Okra is my favorite too.
Potatoes are great. Radish, beets, all those.
Okay, cool. So
Watermelon
I got
thing,
one more
favorite?
question, then we good.
Watermelon.
So, what role does God play in doing this?
I mean, all this is you have a direct connection to God through this. Like you think when people look at the supreme being, right? The supreme being, God. What makes him supreme? He's supreme in knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Now, we're taught ye are all gods, children of the Most High God, right? We're children of the supreme being, though. And what makes him supreme is he gave us every single thing that we need to exist. So, like, okay, it's great. I could make a massive farm. I could make a 10,000 acre dairy farm with cows on it, okay? Who gave me the cow, though?
Facts.
Who created the cow for me to even be able to create a dairy cow? I could create a skyscraper made of all glass, right? Glass on every side. It looks amazing.
Everything.
He was like, oh man, he created this, man. He's expressing his godhood, right? Who gave me the sand that they use to melt to make the glass? Who gave me the seeds to even be able to grow in any of this, right? I didn't make the wasp. That's the only pest control I have. I don't spray anything. You know, I use nature to combat whatever issues I'm dealing with in nature. I didn't create the wasp.
100%.
You know, so in our lessons, we learn who's the original man. The original man is the maker, the owner, cream of the planet Earth, God of the universe. I'm making things with the things that God created. I'm making them. I'm not creating them. He already gave them to us. But I'm making things out of what he created. Absolutely. And that's the direct connection, and that's the understanding. And when you see it that way, you have a deep respect for everything in God's creation because he created everything with a purpose.
Absolutely, brother. I appreciate you. So, who you shooting with, family?
Shooting with the eye of the trenches.
And who I got with me again?
Man, it's your brother, Malik and Katha. You know, excited to be here with you all, you know, for y'all to see this. Put a seed in the ground, learn how to grow your own food. You can do it. This is the eye, putting this idea in your mind, right? In your third eye.
Yes, sir. In that order, brother.
In that order.
Look! This is the eye of the trenches!
The greatest brainwashing was to turn us away from the land. Because when we turn away from the land, we're turning away from our ability to be independent and to be free. Like, we depend upon this to survive.
No matter what race you are, what religion, we all got the same basic necessities. That's food, clothing, and shelter.
We on a farm. I'm with the OG black farmer and the YG black farmer. You hear me?
The farm is first, but we gotta understand first don't mean that's the end goal.
Everywhere that you look at land, you're looking at a potential business opportunity.
That's why these countries, they go to war to take people land.
That's right.
They want territory, they want to expand, they want that earth because they know what can be produced from it. For us in Chicago, any major city you in, there are urban farms popping up every year.
That's right.
So you don't have to see this and say, man, I'm a long way away. You can start small and work your way up.
First get the skills and then get the land, because business is warfare. So if we're at business and we're at war with one another, you know, and you're selling a certain thing that I'm selling, that could be taking food out of my family's mouth. And the raw material that I need to run the business from my brother, when the competition comes, there is no cutting me off. And me and my brother are locked in with each other. How would you say learning how to grow your own food changed you as a person?
When you don't harvest the weed, when it's in its baby stage, it'll become these tall grasses that are much more difficult to manage. When problems are minor in your life, you have to nip it in the bud early on. Because if you keep letting that problem pile on and pile on and pile on,
that's right,
it becomes a much more strenuous task. We inside the greenhouse.
Okay.
So greenhouse is used early in the season to start the plants. So you got your four elements. You got air, you got water, you got the earth, and you got sun.
Okay.
Those four elements have to be unified to create an end product. Whatever. On this farm, we're growing over 20 different crops, so you get to see so many different plants, so many different colors.
I'm grabbing a raspberry, y'all.
Easy peasy.
Man, that tastes like some lemonade.
Look! This is the eye of the trenches!
Farms.
Down the farm.
Two young black farmers getting at it.
Yes, sir. Showing real unity through farming.
Real unity, man. So, got two farmers, main farmers, but we have a full group of, you know, men that have put their money together to, you know, get access to the land and to really get the farm business up and running. So there's a total of 16. I shared that there's different aspects in agriculture. This is the growing side of it, but you have the processing hat. Like somebody's got to bring it out of the field, wash it, clean it. You have the marketing side. Somebody's got to let people know that you had a produce after you harvest it and it comes out of the field. And there's distribution, like how do you get it to the customer? So there are some people who want to get into agriculture as a grower. There's some who don't necessarily want to get in the field, but there's space for everybody if we get out here and we get into it. So the total of 16, you know, of us that come together, and all of us, you know, play different aspects in the agricultural food system.
Absolutely. So what's your role, brother?
So I'm the farm manager at Jonah Farms. So we have half an acre of outdoor space, and then we have 3 rows inside these high tunnels, which you see here. In the high tunnels, we doing tomatoes, and then out in the field, we were growing over 20 different varieties of vegetables, from cabbage, broccoli, carrots, onions. Now you got the summer crops like eggplant, okra, tomato, bell peppers. So my job was just maintaining those crops from seed to harvest and make sure they get stored properly.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and those same crops are the ones that are going to the market. We got a bi-weekly farmers market that we do. We've also serviced a couple of restaurants as well. This is coming straight from that farm. No pesticides, no GMO.
No GMO, no none of that.
Wow.
Yes, indeed. I'm going to let y'all lead the way with this one today, you hear me?
So in fact, some of the bell peppers we're growing, these are the red bell peppers. I'm going to show you where they're at in the field.
Okay, cool.
So I chose some of the best bell peppers we had out there,
Mm-hmm.
and then saved the seeds from them. So I just put the date, bell pepper, and then the variety is called California Wonder.
Okay.
So this variety has been in existence since 1928.
Mm-hmm.
It's called an heirloom variety. So that just means this seed variety has been passed down for over 50 years. So
Wait, so you could pass down the same seeds that long?
Yep. Just like we got ancestors in history, these seeds got parents too.
Wow. Yes, indeed.
Heavy, heavy.
Yes, sir. I see you put on the exotic boots today,
I
brother.
had to. I know I was coming. You know what we coming.
So what do you want people to get out of this one today, bro?
One, the importance of farming for
Mhm.
sure, but then also on top of that, group economics. You know, there are a lot of us. I've been seeing in a lot of the comments that there are those who who know how to farm, but don't necessarily have access to land. You can partner with people, you know, who have money, who have funds, and if you put it together, like, you know, for us, it's a total of 16 in total.
Mhm.
Everybody's not necessarily a farmer. There's 2 of us in a group that can farm. But by pooling your resources and putting your money together, you can get access to land.
Absolutely.
That'd be what I want people to get out of this, man. Grow, connect with those who know how to grow, pool your resources, and then pooling your resources, get access to some land.
So break down how you all met then.
You want to take it? I'll take it.
Yeah, through the Nation of Islam.
Come on.
I was born and raised in the nation. Parents got registered before I was even born. Went to school at Muhammad University from kindergarten to 8th grade. Instilled in me a lot of the morals and manners I have. And then I personally got registered 2 years ago.
Yes.
And when I got registered, Brother Malik was one of the officers who was training me up and helping me become a better man, honestly.
Praise be to Allah. So
You
in
heard
the
him,
car,
they
you mentioned
pool
the
your
biggest
resources.
brainwashing. Can you break down the biggest brainwashing they did to us?
Greatest, most honorable Elijah Muhammad said the greatest brainwashing was to turn us away from the land. Because when we turn away from the land, we're turning away from our ability to be independent and to be free. So when I read that he said that, I was like, man, there's a lot of brainwashing that happened with us as a people when going through, you know, the transatlantic slave trade and slavery. But the greatest brainwashing was to turn us away from the land. And when you get into this land and you get into growing and you get into being productive, you begin to really see like what exactly that we were turned away from. You know, but just the way we were turned away from it, we could turn back to it and pick up these skills again and get back into the soil and reconnect so that we can start growing for ourselves and being productive on the land. You know?
Absolutely. So let's get into it.
So first we gonna dump these in a compost bin.
Okay.
And I'm gonna show you where these actual bell peppers are growing at.
Okay, cool.
And to your point, the messenger, Honorable Elijah Muhammad, said the farm is first. But we gotta understand, first don't mean that's the end goal.
That's right.
So if we only are on the level of farming, producing crops, and making raw materials and not converting it into actual goods,
Mm-hmm.
if we're not turning tomatoes into salsa, if we're not turning garlic into garlic powder,
Message.
we're not turning these trees into homes for timber, clay into stone, then the farming just becomes a burden.
right.
But once you have other people with those skill sets who can convert the raw materials
Pooling
into
your
useful products for
resources.
your people, then you're really creating an industry.
Absolutely. And how lucrative can this industry get, brother?
Well, we could study America. They took cotton and made billions and trillions of dollars. To your point, cotton was first for them, but that wasn't the end. In
Mm-hmm.
the South, they was growing cotton. In the North, they had the Industrial Revolution, where they was converting cotton into products. that they were selling all over the world to help them become a rich country.
So that's group economics again, isn't it?
100% group economics, you know, because if I grow the cotton and my brother, you know, manufactures the clothes, we have now an economic system that somebody can't cut off. You know, your competition can't come to you and go to your supplier and say, no, don't sell them these clothing items anymore, which is something that we struggle with as a people anytime we get into economics. Because business is warfare. So if we're at business and we're at war with one another, you know, and you're selling a certain thing that I'm selling, that could be taking food out of my family's mouth. Because if I'm getting that dollar, that's a dollar that you're not getting. So at certain points in competition, there are those of us who have grown big, who have gotten, you know, large in business, and will be cut off.
Absolutely.
From being able to operate in that business. Is because we don't have access to the source. You know, my brother, if I'm getting the cotton and the raw material that I need to run the business from my brother, when the competition comes, there is no cutting me off because me and my brother are locked in with each other.
Absolutely.
Locked in.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
In fact, they parked the ATV, so y'all wanna ride around?
Yeah, let's do it.
Get it.
Let's have some fun, you know? So people think farming can be boring, but it's a lot of fun and excitement you get through this. So what excites you about this, bro?
Honestly, every day is a new thrill and a new challenge. So just the excitement and that level of not knowing what you're walking into and having to actually use critical thinking and problem solving. In that sense, it could become very stressful. But then once you overcome that challenge, that's like euphoria on a level you don't understand. So that's why diverse growing methods is so important. In America, in Illinois, for example, they grow corn, soybean. That's all you hear about.
Yeah.
But on this farm, we growing over 20 different crops. So you get to see so many different plants, so many different colors, vibrant colors. You're attracting so many different insects. So you're really seeing the full reality of God's creation.
Absolutely.
So I don't know everything. But anytime I want to identify a plant, we could use the tools that we have. So I just took a picture of it. I'm going straight to ChatGPT.
You say ChatGPT.
Straight to ChatGPT. I'm gonna drop this image in there. Wow. Add that photo. It's in there. We're gonna load it and see what ChatGPT says. Now we're not taking it on face value, but it's a good start to research. So it says this is actually common milkweed. Common milkweed. Identifies how it knows it's common milkweed. What can I do with common milkweed?
Yeah, no problem. We're on break anyway.
And what can I do with it? Because everything, the things that we identify to be weeds, they're weeds because we just don't want them growing there. But everything has a purpose at the end of the day. So you can still learn what you want to do with things that are considered
Everything
weeds.
got a purpose.
So that's what it does.
What you say?
It attracts pollinators.
Oh, okay.
It attracts pollinators.
Let's get it. We on the road with it now. We on the farm. I'm with the OG black farmer and the YG black farmer. You hear me?
Well, be careful, you
Yes,
need.
indeed. We out here, man.
We out here. We on the land.
Feet on land for real. You see this?
Get it out the mud.
Get it?
Take my
Yes,
sis.
indeed.
So our plot starts from this batch of weeds and it ended where you see grass mold.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we outside, man. I never thought this camera would take me this far, you hear me?
Agriculture can become very efficient if you know how to think smart and not hard, as they say. So this method of irrigation is called drip irrigation.
Yeah.
So they connect it to their main water source, and then this little black plastic tube. It has little cuts in each line.
Yeah.
And then it literally just drops out water, just little droplets. But if you run it for an hour or 2 hours, it'll accumulate so much moisture that the plants will get the water they need. And then this black plastic is used with summer crops to keep the soil moist.
Absolutely.
And it keeps the soil warm, since the color black, it attracts the light of the sun. So it keeps the soil warm and moist. So it just creates a good condition for the plants to thrive. And you couldn't get away with hand watering nothing like this. That's fact. You gotta know how to be efficient, how to have some type of ingenuity. I learned with agriculture, it's really a field where all skill sets can thrive. That's right.
Wow.
There's science involved with this. If you're talking about calcium and iron in the soil, if you're talking about antioxidants in the vegetables.
Mm-hmm.
You got engineering. If you got to build and construct a high tunnel, be able to deal with weather elements, how to prevent wind from knocking over your structure. You got culinary, being able to cook what you actually grow.
You running it down.
So
Yeah.
it's so many different skill sets for people in this world of agriculture. It's not just you drop a seed in the ground, you water it, and you harvest it. It's a lot that comes with it, and it's a lot of skill sets that can be cultivated with agriculture.
Absolutely.
That's real.
And
And some of you may be wondering, how do you pay to water all this? Because look at this, you get a shot of this.
Yeah.
This almost looks like a fire hose. There's a
Yeah.
lot of water
It
coming
literally
through here.
is that same material.
Same material as a fire hose. So you can get access to free water through wells.
Okay.
So in drilling a well, you drill the well, a water pump into the well. There's large bodies of water that sit underneath the ground that you cannot see with your eyes, that you can tap into. It's like going straight down, pumping the water right on up, and there is no water bill. Small electric bill for your pump to pump the water up, but this is how people are able to irrigate large acres of land. You got water underneath your feet. Now, if you living in a city and you turn it on the tap, you getting a water bill. But God gave us water. It's right underneath our feet. We just need the knowledge to be able to tap into it.
Nah,
and then
for
with
sure.
that, tapping into that, you can water all your crops. You can give your animals water. There's a lot of different things that you can do, but that's how it's done.
Absolutely. So I have a question, right? Since we see the soil beds, I heard someone speak on growing on bad soil. Can you break that down? Like, either one of y'all?
Yeah. So one of the things that I heard a lot of people say was growing in the city. Sometimes when you're growing in the city lots can have lead in them.
Yeah.
A lot of the lead got there because in the past we used to have a lot of lead pipes. So the pipes sitting in the soil, corroding in the soil, breaking down, lead is in the soil. There are ways to remediate the soil. Some people scrape it out, and scraping it out, they bring in new soil. That could be really expensive. So what I recommend you do if you're in the city and you want to learn how to grow, you can apply a barrier between you and the soil. The same little tarp you have here, you could put at the bottom, put soil on top, and then grow into that. Or another method you could do, 24 inches of wood chip, and you can start to create a whole new layer of soil, and then you can grow on top of that. But I will say, regardless of where you are, there's something that you can do. Aziz was talking about ingenuity. There's ingenuity. Regardless of where you are, figure out what needs to be done to be able to grow in your area and do it and get started. And that's not going to be your stopping point. That's going to be your starting point.
Absolutely.
So don't let so much research about soil trip you up. Get some buckets, get a raised bed, put a little, separation between it, and start growing. And then if you want to get further into it, you can do soil tests. You can, take up the soil, send it to a university. They'll test it, send it back to you so you can see if there's anything in your soil.
Absolutely.
Yes, as I grow, yes.
Myself, I didn't start knowing how to
Hey, PC,
manage a
welcome
lot
in.
like
Thanks
this.
for
I
the
started
heartbeat.
with a raised bed structure,
That's right.
8 feet by 4 feet, something that small. Then, even at home, we still use grow bags, no bigger than the size of these buckets. Growing onions in it, growing broccoli in it. So you don't have to see this and say, man, I'm a long way away. You can start small and work your way up. And I can send you some pictures of different ways you could grow. And if we go, my part-time job actually is 5 minutes away. They have a water well, and we show them how to grow over 10 different ways, in straw bales, and raised beds, and buckets, and containers. So it's really no excuse. You could build a raised bed out of cinder blocks and dump some wood chip, like he was saying in there, throw some bags of soil from a box store, and start growing.
Yes, indeed. Let's get
Yes,
it.
sir.
On the way to the Harvo demo, y'all. Let's get it. We live out here in the trenches, scratching, you hear me? Soldiering on the farm. Let's get it.
Tomatoes.
So those are all tomatoes right here? Wow.
Back off to the students. Some of these are apple trees up here.
You said apple trees?
watermelon, cantaloupe, apples, pears, blueberries, cherries, grapes. All that could be grown right here in Illinois. But we're shipping.
Y'all hear all that stuff he say they growing up north in Illinois. That's up north.
Everything from Mexico and California.
But we can have it right here at home.
Right here.
It'll be fresher. We'll know what was done to it, because it's hard to know what's really in your food when you're shipping it from another country.
Yeah.
I mean, they can tell you and have all these different types of standards about what's happening, but there's only one way to really know, and that's if you're growing it yourself.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
To a lie. Short ride on the ATV.
Yeah. Riding in style.
In fact, we're gonna start off with the high tunnels where our tomatoes at. Growing up, I did not enjoy tomatoes. Like, whenever I got a burger or something with a tomato, I'm asking my sister or mom, like, y'all want this tomato?
Want this tomato?
Uh-huh.
And when I started working on the farm and seeing Roma tomatoes, Globe tomatoes, tomatoes that's green with yellow stripes and yellow, and cherry tomatoes that's red, orange, black, I'm like, I gotta try these. And they're actually more enjoyable, and I could actually tolerate eating tomatoes raw off the vine, working on the farm. But growing up, you couldn't catch me eating a tomato.
No, for sure. But perspective change, you know?
So much more flavorful too.
Yeah.
Because one of the things that happen with a lot of commercial tomatoes is they harvest it before it's ripe. So ideally,
The morning is gonna be hot in here, so we only gonna be in here for cool 5 minutes. But this the conditions that farmers have to work with. You can't run from the elements.
that's right.
If it's 50 degrees, 30 degrees, 90 degrees like today, it's still work that gotta be done.
Absolutely.
And for somebody like me, I have allergies.
Yeah.
And some of the plants irritate my skin. I get rashes, bumps. So no matter what, I gotta wear long sleeves, even on hot 90-degree days like today.
Wow.
So it's so much that goes into producing food that unless you actually know a farmer, volunteer on a farm, you really don't know all that it takes to be able to produce healthy, nutritious food without cutting corners, using chemicals. That soybean we see, the farmer who plant that, he probably visits this farm maybe 5 times a month.
Wow.
We gotta be on here every single day monitoring for pests, disease. You gotta see what's causing the leaves to change, what's eating your tomatoes, what's causing them to rot.
So these are all tomatoes?
Yes, sir. So these are Roma tomatoes, good for thicker things like salsa, cannon. And then these are Globe tomatoes. So more of like a tomato you would use for a sandwich, slice it up.
Okay, cool. So these are done already?
Yep, these ready to go.
Dang.
Ready to be used.
in summer, still ripening like these, you know. But in more conventional growing methods, so like if I was a farmer in Mexico, I'd take them like this.
Okay.
Just because I know they're going to have to go a long distance. But in taking them like this, they're not ready. They haven't gotten all the nutrients that they need yet. They haven't gotten all the flavor that they got yet. So oftentimes when you eat tomatoes at a grocery store, it may not taste that flavorful because it had to be harvested like this.
So it's kind of like premature in a way.
It's premature, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And then it ripens as it's on its way, you know, to here. But it's not gaining any more nutrients. It's not really getting any more flavor in ripening on its way here. You want it to ripen here and then eat it. But it can't come from a whole other country from far off in order to do that.
That's why we got to start doing
You
it.
gotta start doing it.
Look, Marina's gonna say message.
I'm not sure
Let
who
them
came
tomatoes
up
ripen
with
on the
fried green
vine.
tomatoes, but
Yeah.
that's the way you can harvest some green
fruit ripen
tomatoes
on
and
the
eat it right now.
Yeah, for sure.
So they can
sure,
get
for
all
sure.
their nutrients.
So do you have to wash them before you eat them, or like how you go about it? You just
That's ideal.
yeah.
It's not obligated with tomatoes, but it never hurt to
For
give it
sure.
a rinse.
Yeah.
But when I'm on the farm, if I want a little cherry tomato, which I can show you, I just grab it and eat it. We could do a taste test. Right
Yeah, I
now.
want to. Let's do it. After you, brother.
Appreciate you. It's a little jungle, so party.
Man, this is beautiful, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, y'all was good with excellent.
Look like some of these poles that are sticking out.
Okay.
When I was talking about how I reached a point where I could tolerate eating tomatoes off the vine, this one is my favorite. It's called a black cherry tomato.
Okay.
And then behind you we have some sun gold cherry tomatoes, a real deep orange color. So if any of y'all want to do a taste test, grab
I'll do one.
Hold on, young Will. Give me the camera, bro.
Okay.
Hey, give me the camera. I want you to try this one. I want you to try this one.
Toast to the cherries.
Okay.
Toast to the cherry.
Bismillah. Bro, these taste way better.
Try this one. It's that black cherry tomato.
Black cherry?
Yeah.
That joint
You can
busting.
snack on these, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man. Y'all gotta get me out of here. I might eat the whole year.
Garden snack time.
Tomatoes
Good we
require
say garden snack
so
time.
much work compared to any other plant I've grown, because do you see how these are on the string with black clips?
Yeah.
For each one you have to get on a ladder and hook the string up there to the wire up top. You have to do that for each one, every single tomato. And then as it grows, you're clipping each one, and as you're clipping, you're cutting
What's
off
going
leaves
on,
that
Indiana?
are
Welcome in.
diseased. You're cutting off something that's called a sucker, which is grown in between the main stem and the leaves, and that'll just cause the plant to weigh down, just makes it more heavy. It's okay to handle. It's not anything wrong with the tomato if it has suckers, but in this situation it's hard to manage, so we gotta prune that. So tomatoes, when you get a tomato on your dinner table, just know it was a lot of work going into taking care of that.
So, I don't want to stray people away because they here working. We in a generation where some people are lazy, right?
Yeah.
Can you explain where there's off seasons in farming? So you might have a long, hard 6 months, but you might have a smooth 6 months of no work just because of seasons.
Right. So that's the value of being able to convert what you grow in the summer into a product for the winter, because you're not outside doing work. So tomatoes, you harvesting from July, let's say, to September. If you know how to turn that tomato into tomato paste, tomato sauce, to salsa, you have a product that you could sell throughout the winter.
Absolutely.
So that's just the value of having various skill sets when it comes to agriculture, or knowing somebody with that type of skill set, so that in that off season, when you in the winter time, you're still able to generate income. You're not doing as much laborious tasks, but you're still able to take care of you and your family financially.
100%. So I want to do this a little different. Malik, what's the question you have for him?
What's the question I have? I would ask you, how would you say learning how to grow your own food changed you as a person?
How has it changed me as a person?
Yeah. Or not necessarily changed, but let's say develop. How did it develop you as a person?
Okay, I can give a.
Hey, to Sherry.
Could we do that out in the field?
Absolutely.
Welcome in.
Example.
It's on.
So, Brother Malik, you want to ask a question again?
Yes, I would. So, question is, how would you say agriculture has, or learn how to grow your own food, has developed you as a person?
Through agriculture, one of my goals when I came here this year to manage this half-acre, honestly, I wanted to be able to extract spiritual and life lessons from the physical activity of agriculture. And 2 weeks ago, I was with a black farmer who's like a guide and a mentor for me. And he pointed out a big tree.
Yeah.
And he told his employees, he says, when you don't harvest the weed, when it's in its baby stage, it'll become these tall grasses that are much more difficult to manage. So that just taught me that when problems are minor in your life, you have to nip it in the bud early on. Because if you keep letting that problem pile on and pile on and pile on,
That's right.
it becomes a much more strenuous task. And I have a real world example with my car. I heard brake screeching 2 months ago. I said, oh, it's not that bad. I could fix this later. I could hold off on this. come to find out about 2 weeks ago, every time I get in my car, if I'm accelerating or braking, it's the worst scratching noise you could imagine. And it ended up being a $640 repair. But if I addressed that problem when it was a baby weed, when it was a minor screeching with the brakes, probably would have been $200-300. So that
Mama
is the
Shirley.
type of life lessons I want to extract as I'm out here on the farm.
Absolutely.
Realizing what can I take away. I don't want to just be doing the physical work and not walking away with nothing in terms of personal growth and development. So this lot, for example, if this weed, it didn't just magically drop here and get this big, it started off this size. It started off even tinier than that.
Wow.
So if you pull it when it's a baby, you don't have to deal with fighting and tugging it out to get it. Now you got to figure out, okay, what I'm going to do with this now. If you just pull it when it's a baby, it's a lot easier to manage.
Mm-hmm.
So
And when it's like that, it starts producing seeds.
Yep.
So it makes even more problems.
Yeah.
So now it's spreading itself, and now you got a problem to deal with.
That's infectious now. Yeah. Absolutely. So what's the question you would ask him?
So why he thinking about a question to ask him?
He's thinking.
I'm
Let
gonna
him
go
cook.
back
He's thinking.
and I'm gonna
I got more
pause.
for you.
I'm gonna pause because I think that's a good spot for us to end the video. Let me see if I can get back to the question that he was asking him. Let's see.
Into a product for the winter because you're
Okay.
not outside doing work. So tomatoes you're harvesting from July, let's say, to September. If you know how to turn that tomato into tomato paste, tomato sauce, to salsa, you have a product that you could sell throughout the winter.
Absolutely.
So that's just the value of having various skill sets when it comes to agriculture, or knowing somebody with that type of skill set, so that in that off season, when you in the winter time, you're still able to generate income. You're not doing as much laborious tasks, but you're still able to take care of you and your family financially.
100%. So
this
I
the
want to do this a
question.
little different. Malik, what's the question you have for him?
What's the question I have? I would ask you, how would you say learning how to grow your own food changed you as a person?
How would you say growing your own food has changed you as a person? I want y'all to put those answers in the chat and I'll read those as we close out. But I wanted to drop this link in the chat for you guys to continue to watch this video. I mean, we didn't got through, let's see, this video is 2.5 hours long. And it got, y'all think we didn't heard some gems already? Shoot. They got more gems in this. And we've only watched an hour and 16 minutes of it. So you got like another hour and 45 minutes of straight knowledge and gems throughout to watch. I've dropped it in the chat over on YouTube. I can't drop it in TikTok. Let me see if I can drop it. Thank you for the likes over there on Facebook. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. I've dropped the link for you to continue to watch the video on Facebook. Hopefully it'll post in there. Yep, it posted. TikTok, you guys will have to head on over to YT and I'll let you know the name of the channel. The name of the channel is uh-oh. Let me go. Young Will, that's it. Nope. Yep, that is it.
Financial.
It's Young Will. Here, if you can see it on the screen, let me see if I can make it look. If I make it large, it's not going to show. But I can. Yeah, if I make it larger, it's not going to show. So yeah, I got to put y'all glasses on and see. So the question I'll repeat: how has agriculture changed you as a person. Put your answers in the chat, and I would encourage you guys to go on over to Young Will. That's the name of the channel. And the video we have been watching is called Chicago Black Farmer Exposes the War on Black Land Ownership and how we can get rich with Yaki Awaken. So I would encourage you guys to continue to watch the rest of this video because it is so much knowledge there, so much information there. And it's one that you're going to want to watch again because it's a lot of information that they're putting out. You might not hear something the first time, but the next time you watch it, you'll be like, dang, I missed that. One of the things that I wanted to bring out and point out that I gained from this video is how they work together. They pooled their resources, how they broke things down to make you look at it differently through a different lens instead of looking at it being something hard or something that you can't do or something that is unattainable with you working and trying to take care of a family that you can't grow. You still can, and you can get to the point to where you won't have to do a job. That agriculture will be your job, and then you will be able to feed um a whole city with the help of someone else by pooling your resources, coming together and pooling our resources. That is how we make a difference. That is how we change things. um and I want to say I thank God for Country Hustle. He when one time when we were in a conversation doing one of our garden gumbo conversations, and we were putting out this information, and he posed a question. So what do we do with this now that we know all of this information? Now that we have all this knowledge, what do we do with this? And let me repeat what we had said earlier. Having this knowledge is not good for anything if you're not going to apply it. We are gardeners. Having seeds is nothing if we're not going to plant them. It does you no good just to have the seeds. You got to actually do something with them. You got to actually plant them. You got to actually take care of them. You got to water them. You got to do the work to nourish those plants to be a tree or a vine or a plant so that it can yield fruit, so that it can give you back the energy that you've put in it, the energy or the nourishment that you need to live and survive. So that's one of the takeaways from this video that I want to share. And so let me go back and see some of your answers. David Core with the crop says, it made me a wiser man towards life. Good answer, David Corey. Mama Shirley says, I love eating healthy. Sylvia says, growing my own food has given me patience and more understanding. I see things differently and I feel differently. Yes. My Renaissance grandma says, it changed me from having a belly ache when I eat raw vegetables from the store to not bothering my belly eating from my garden. That's right. Listen, I ran across this girl on TikTok and she made this short um and was saying, why every time I eat my stomach is bloated and I feel like heavy. She went to the I'm laughing because we done been through the same thing. She went to the emergency room. She's saying she just every time she eats something is wrong. Why every time I eat something, my stomach is bloated and I feel like gotta go to the bathroom. She told the chat, stop telling me, just go use it because that doesn't help. Cause after I use it and I go eat again, then I'm bloated and I'm feeling sick. Something is wrong. She was like, it's something in my food. I was like, bingo, start growing your own food. She was like, I can't grow it. I don't have the space. So I told her about the hydroponics and everything. So guys, yes, this I would say that would lead me to my answer. agriculture has changed me because it has opened my mind and retrained my mind to know and recognize that I need to grow my own food. And if I can't do it, I need to source it to somebody else that's doing it, and not source it just to anybody, but find out what they're doing to make sure that, they're not doing things to harm me as well. And then I can share the knowledge that I have with other people. So Indiana Funny Farm says, I have done it since helping with the garden as a kid. So it's just like life to me. Yeah, gardening is life. Unique says, it helped me realize that growing food is a passion and that I didn't know I was missing from my life. I feel like a more complete person. Wow. That's amazing. It is amazing. LGGG Love says, it took away the fear of eating the unknown chemicals that breaks me out. That's how agriculture has changed me, right? She says, I had Italian and Amish grandmas, and everybody grew and canned. Yep, I can't even eat a grocery store. No taste in that. Listen, I totally, I get it. I understand. Y'all, so thank y'all for coming in and lending me your ears and your voices and expressing your ideas and thoughts. F.R. Humphrey says, growing food is my therapy. It helps me live a better life. Great answer. Hey, homesteader Rachel, she said, gardening has given me the ability to know if I wanted to. I can grow enough food to feed my family with a grocery store, especially with the hunting. Right. I rarely go to the grocery store. Right. It changed your mind because we sure was programmed to believe that we can't grow enough food to feed our families because they make you think, well, you live in an apartment, you can't, you ain't got no space. Hey, you can do it. It can be done. All we got to do is think smarter, pool our resources, come together, because together we can do a whole lot more together than we can do apart, right? And I want to also add that food is medicine. We think of it as to eat just for nourishment to our body, but it is also medicine. I can attest to myself that I was diagnosed with uh, diabetes, and I just accepted it when I got the diagnosis because we was taught it's in my genes. My people got it. It's in my blood. I can't avoid it. I could watch what I eat and all of that, and I did that. Followed the directions of the doctor, and that didn't help me. The bottom line was, not only did I had to fast and cleanse my body and get my body right, get the things out that I was putting in. But once I cleansed my body and reset my body, I had to put in those things that wasn't causing harm to me. And the only way for me to know that those things that I was putting in my body was for me to grow them myself or source them to somebody who I know is not doing things that will hurt me, right? That is the only way. I can't even go to the store and just get something that says sugar free or no sugar or zero sugar because that ain't really what it means, right? I can't just go get some meat just because it's meat at the store and not read the label, right? I'm so glad for all of the knowledge that gardening and the gardening community has given. So I am so grateful for all of you guys. Lynette says, thank you for sharing the knowledge of the black young men. You are welcome, Auntie. So welcome. She's Indiana Funny Farm says, my daughter grows on her balcony and you can grow some food anywhere. That's right. That's right. Hey, Mona. Welcome in. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Hope you're having a good Saturday. I was going to say Sunday. Well, you guys, she said, it's not the food, It's what's on the food and how it's grown, definitely, definitely, and how they do it, the methods in which they use. Oh my gosh, it says eat no food without bone. Yep, pay attention, do your research, and if you don't want to, if you too busy to do your research, I don't want to say the L word. If you don't have the time to do your research, then grow it yourself, right? Or find someone who is doing it the right way. I thank y'all for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your Saturday. Thank you for however you contributed to this live, whether it was likes, tapping the screen, sharing it out. Mama Shirley says, I'm excited. New great granddaughter this morning. Oh, congratulations, Mama Shirley. A newborn baby. Thank you guys for all your contributions to this live, whether it was likes, tapping the screen, sharing out the live, your conversation, everything. However you contributed, I appreciate it. And I hope there was something that was said or you heard that will help you to be a better person or help to enhance your lives. But I will see you guys in these social media streets. Peace, love, and blessings, everybody. Good night.